All right, what's going on, traders? Today we're going to talk about my chart setup with NinjaTrader 8. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so this video comes to us by request from Steve R. Can you do a review of your NinjaTrader chart setup? If I can read. All right, no problem. Sorry it took so long. I just been busy with a lot of other stuff, but I'm finally getting to this. So let's go ahead and get into it. So that's what I'm going to go through today. Is my chart setup with a couple additional things. And to go through this video, what we're going to do is we're going to use our NinjaTrader 8 quick start guide. If you want access to this quick start guide, you can there's two ways to do it. You can either go through the Discord channel. There will be a link in the Discord channel to get access to this guide. Also on this page here, if you go to nv3trader.com, and whenever it wants to load, this is the ultimate charting guide pre-release page right here. When you sign up to be notified for the release of the Ultimate Charting Guide, you will get an email with the link to the Quick Start Guides, which are already available. You'll get an email right away with the links to the Quick Start Guides. All right, so that is how you get access to the Quick Start Guides. If I can go ahead and close this down. And the links for both of those will be in the description below. All right, so let's go ahead and get to this. Let me go ahead and open up this Quick Start Guide. All right, so we have a lot of information in here, but the first thing I want to go over with this for this video is the contract rollover, which is it's kind of different than a lot of other platforms that I've used before. So that's why I want to bring it up. Now, the easiest way and I'm going to go over this way, but in this quick start guide, it goes over the two different ways that you can update or you can roll over your contracts. But the easiest way is you go through this first step right here, and we're gonna just follow along right here. And this is why I'm using this quick start guide, to keep me kind of in order and from being all over the place and rambling too much like I'm doing right now. All right, so let's see. All right, so the easiest way to roll over your contracts is to go to tools, and then you're gonna click on data management. Okay, so if you're not at the latest contract expiration date, you'll get you'll see what contracts you can update or roll over in this window here, as we can see in the screenshot right there. And you just click rollover, and that'll automatically roll over all your charts. That'll roll over everything within the NinjaTrader 8 platform. All right, so you'll see you get this pop up after you click rollover. Just click yes, and then you'll be good to go. All right. So, and then here's the second method. You can go through the quick start guide to see the second method. All right, so that's that's how you roll over your contracts within NinjaTrader 8. I actually didn't know how to do that until I created this NinjaTrader 8 quick start guide. So, as I get information that I find helpful, for myself, I like to put it out, and maybe it can help you. All right, so now let's go. Let me get focused back to what I'm trying to do, and let's go over the rest of this chart here. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down to the setting up a chart section. All right, so on this NinjaTrader 8 chart, we have a couple things on my setup, because we're talking about my setup. So up here, I'm just going to go through the different sections really quick. Up here we have whatever contract month that we want to use. So I'm using M&Q, and for the June 2021 expiration, M21 or 0621 is actually easier to know which contract expiration you're using in NinjaTrader 8, but it's kind of out of sync with everywhere else that you see futures contract expiration months. They're represented in letters, and this is not a futures course, which is actually coming soon. So yeah. So all right. Anyway, you got that, and then you have the time frame that you want to. So you got. I'm using the 3-minute, but you got other options here. If you want to have your own, let's say I want to get the 37, just a random number. I want to see it, I want the 37-minute time frame. You just go to configure, right? And then you'll click minutes right there, and you'll click add for the value. And then under the value right here, I'll put 37, not 387, but 37. Click OK. And then we're gonna go ahead and click apply or OK. And then now you see we got the 37-minute option right there, and I click on that, and now we can see it in 37 minutes. I don't know why you would want to see it in 37 minutes, but that's just the number that came up in my head. All right, so that's that. And then you have right here, you have your chart style. So that's if you want bars or your candlesticks or whatever you want. And then you have your drawings right here. You know, all your different drawings there. And then that's how you zoom in and zoom out of the chart. I guess I'm already zoomed in as much as I can be. Oh yeah, there you go. So it gives you that right there. And you can zoom out to the regular view, okay? And then this is your crosshairs. I use my crosshairs. I use the, I like to use the global, no time scroll, so it's throughout the whole. Just when you have multiple charts, let's see, I think I got another chart right here. If I minimize that, oh nope, okay, that's why I couldn't get it. Got to close that, this window right here. All right, so we're gonna use the global time. So now you can see that the crosshairs are gonna be the same on every chart that you have it set like that for. If I was to come back here and I just wanted to use global, then it'll do the same thing because of this one, right? Oh, it's no time scroll, so it's global. There we go. I'm gonna get it together. So if I want to come back here and I just want to use local, then it won't, you know what I'm saying? It'll only be per chart. So all the charts got to be in sync or using global if you want the global way of doing it. So that's the crosshairs. And then you have your show data box, which is just when you click on that, you get this data box right here. And then we can go ahead and close that down. And then next thing, I got some dogs, you know what I'm saying, being walked in the background. Sorry about that if you can hear that. And then the next thing we got here is we have the chart trader, which that just turns on this box over here. So if I want to turn it off, now we just got our chart. But if I want to turn it back on, we got it like that. And then we also have it hidden as well, which I don't know. Well, if you want to trade on the chart, like I say, if you just want to place your orders like this, it's not gonna let me do it right now because we're not. Okay, maybe it did let me put it in there. Sometimes, okay. Anyway, so yeah, I can still trade from the chart. I just don't have the actual window, the chart trader window over here. If I got it hidden, all right. And let me see if I can cancel. Okay, well, let me go ahead and open up the chart trader. There we go. It's in sim mode, and it there we go. Okay. And then next to that, we have the data series, which lets us manipulate our chart a little bit more. The data and then like the colors for different things. And, you know, you can go around and play through that. I actually got a little brief explanation. In this quick start guide, I have how I set this chart up. So you can go through this NT8 quick start guide and you'll see exactly how I set this chart up right here. All right, so that's the data series. And then next to that, you have your indicators. So this is where if you want to put your 200 SMA or your Keltner, whatever, you know, indicators you like to use, you'll do it from this window. We'll come back to that in a minute. And then next to that, we have our strategies, which just, you know, brings up this. I don't really ever use this. Actually, you can see I never use this. I do my strategies over here. And then the last one, you have your properties, which allows you to make some changes to the chart window a little bit more. All right, so that's just a quick layout of the actual chart. And then with your chart trader, you know, you have your different buttons up here, how you can enter and, you know, manipulate a trade. You got your flat entry, and it shows you your P&L while you're in a live position. You can see you got your instrument here, and then your timing for it. So if you want to, you know, good to cancel, or, you know, just for the day or whatever it is, right there, whatever, when you put an order in. And then you have your account down here. You click the drop down, it'll show you your whatever accounts you have set up within NinjaTrader 8. I'm not going to show it so I don't reveal my actual Leeloo account information, which actually, yeah, I'm not. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then how many contracts you want to use per trade, and then you have your ATM. So this is where I manipulate my ATM strategy and stuff. For the ones that I already have created, I just click the drop down and I can select whatever ATM strategy that I want to use. Let's say I already got this one selected here, then you will just go to edit. We'll hover over it and we'll click edit, and this is where I can set up my strategy. So I'm trading with 6 contracts with this strategy, and then I have 3 different targets. Move this back over, a little pen tool back over, and if I wanted to add a target, I just click add right there, and then I can just add some more things in there. If I have a break even for my break even strategy or my stop strategy, yeah, for the stop strategy I use the break even method, but to edit this stop strategy, you just hover over it and say you got none. So for this one, if yours will be blank, if you're doing this for the first time, you just click the drop down and you can just select custom, and then this window will pop up, and then you'll be able to set whatever stop strategy, however you want to set that up, right? If you already have one, you just hover over it, and you want to make changes to it, you click edit, and you can set that up. So to save it as a template, or to save it to where you can always access it again, you just click save as template. And see, and then it'll come up to this window, and you can name it here, or if you want to just resave if you made updates to the one that you already have, you can just click on that one, and then it should come, the name of it will pop up down there. You just click save. All right, I don't want to make any changes in here, so that's why I'm clicking cancel. So just as an example, let's just run through an example real quick. Let's say I'm starting one from scratch with this new one, this new target down here, target 4. I want my stop loss at 120 ticks. Profit, we're just gonna let this one run. We're just gonna have this one as a runner, and we'll trail our way out. So we're gonna use a stop strategy, right? So I just click the drop down there, go to custom, and then I'll set this up. Let's say if I want to have a break even here, the trigger for that break even, let's just say I want to make it 200 ticks, right? And then for how the stop loss will adjust for the break even, let's say once price trades up 200 ticks in the favor of the trade that I took, my stop will automatically adjust to whatever I put right here. So let's just say I want 10 ticks for the break even, right? And then I can also set a trail there. Let's just say I want to do a 2-step trail. So let's just say, like for instance, our stop loss, we're gonna adjust our stop loss 15 ticks once it trades in our favor for 20 ticks, right? And then we're gonna do that one time, and then we'll have another one here. We'll also, if it trades in our favor strongly, another 30 ticks. Let's say I'm gonna go ahead and move it up now 40 ticks, right? And every time that trades up 30 ticks, we're gonna do that 4 times. I don't know, I'm just making up random numbers in my head. And all right, so then you have this also the simulated stop down here, which I'm not 100% what it does because I don't use this stuff. All right, so that's just to run how to set it up real quickly. And now let's just say I want to save it so that I can always access it for other strategies that I want to set up. We're just going to save as template, and we'll go to, let's say, NT8 example video. All right, click save. And now we'll have that saved there. Click OK, and you see now it's there. So let's say I want to add one more target. I just want to add a whole bunch of targets. I'm going to be in this thing for 8 contracts, and that's one, that's another one. Good to cancel. And all these parameters by ticks. You can also set it up by currency, percentage, price. Ticks are pips, which are also pips, which ticks and pips are typically the same thing, so I don't know why they have it different there, but whatever. And then we're going to use ticks, and then let's say I want to reference this one again, so I just click the drop down, and then there we go. Now I have NT8 example video right there. All right, so I'm going to hit cancel on that because I don't want to save any of that. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and go in here let's say I want to delete that because I don't want it no more. Now, a lot of these videos, these how-to videos, we show how to add stuff. We don't ever show how to remove it. So for this one, I'm going to remove that one. So let's go here, and then you just hover over it, and then you get the option on the right to click remove, and you just click remove. So it's really simple. And then we're going to go ahead and get out of there. Make sure all of that is saved. And so that's how you set up the ATM strategy. That's how I do my ATM strategies. So every time that I place a trade, it's going to automatically place the trade under the parameters of this ATM strategy that I have set right there. All right, so that's the chart trader. Now get into how I actually have this chart set up. All right, to illustrate setting up a chart in NT8 will replicate the primary chart I use per the screenshot below. So I'm just going through the quick start guide. Okay, we're gonna open up. All right, yeah, let's go through this. All right, so we're gonna open up a new chart, and we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to new and say go to chart, following these instructions right here. Let's go to the next thing. All right, I want to go to instrument. We're gonna go to select, and I'm gonna go to M&Q, the June 2021 expiration date. We get okay. All right, got that set up right there. And I got this blue line to hide my information if you're curious about that blue line right there. We got some more details in there. You can read through that if you want to, and we can go ahead and set this up. But this one, I'm going to do a 5-minute chart. I want to be a little different on this one. How many days I want to load in? We're going to load in 30 days. For this example, we're going to start, the end date is going to be, the last trading day or the current date. We're going to use for this, we're going to go ahead and use let's use the hollow candlestick just to be a little different. I'm going to leave all of those at the default. See, anything else I want to change, that's good enough. So once I got everything set up, we'll go ahead and click OK. All right, so now we see I got our window, our new chart window here. Let me go ahead and put that right there. All right, so what's next? Okay, so I got some indicators in here. So you can see right here the indicators that I'm using on my chart. I have the Keltner channel midline, the Ichimoku cloud, Kijun Sen. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the baseline. I call it the, what do I call it? Well, I call it the itchy stop because I was using it. My original strategy, I was using it as a method for my trailing stop loss. But we're just going to call it the itchy K, okay? Itchy K, that's what we're gonna call it. The Ichimoku K, or the itchy K. I like the itchy K, okay? Or the baseline, and then the 200 SMA, okay? So let's go ahead and we're gonna look for this indicator icon over here, and we're gonna set our first one up, which is the Keltner channel midline. So we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna look for the Keltner channel. Click right there. We then go ahead and go down here and click add. I'm going to configure it. We're going to see that it's configured right here. And we're going to make a couple changes here. We're going to go to, I'm going to change this to 20. Let's see if I made any other changes. And I'm going to change our midline because that's the one that we care about. Change this to, what color did I make it? Dodger blue. All right. Yeah, we're going to keep all of this other stuff the same. For the midline, for the upper, we're going to go to, I think this right here. Yeah, we're going to click on transparent because we don't want to see the upper and the lower lines. And then also for the color, we're going to change that to transparent so we don't see it. And I'm going to go ahead and click apply. So if I move this over, now we can see our Keltner midline, our Keltner channel midline right here. And what I usually call that is I call that the K band. That's just what I call it. That's just my own little personal name for it. All right, so moving on, let's go ahead and add in our 200 SMA. So we're going to scroll down again over here under available, and we're going to click on SMA. We're going to go to add, and then I want a 200 simple moving average. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and change how it plots on the chart. I'm going to make this red. Want this one, the width to be a little bit thicker. I'm gonna skip around a little bit, so don't mind me. Oh, here we go. All right, I made it nice and simple for me. Which one is the SMA? It's this one right here. I made this a 2. Let's see, what else did I don't want the price marker on there. I'm gonna turn that off, and that is good to go. Go ahead and click apply there. Then we can move this over and we can see that now our 200 SMA is on there. And last but not least, our Ichi K. Gonna look for the Ichimoku cloud. If I know my alphabet, and I'm skipping over it, I know. There we go. Ichimoku cloud. Click on add. All right. So what settings do we have for the Ichimoku cloud? Okay. So I don't want to see the cloud. Turn that off. The cloud capacity, I'm just gonna put that as a 1. Opacity. Sorry about that. Not capacity, but opacity. We're gonna go down to the display data box. I don't want that in the data box, so uncheck that. Don't want the price markers. Uncheck that. Actually, for this, I do want the price marker. I'm gonna leave that on right there. All right. So for the Tenkin, or however you say that, we're gonna make all these other ones transparent, with the exception of our K, our Kajun. I'm gonna make all of these transparent because we don't want to see them. Oops, wait, where am I? There we go. And last but not least, click that little arrow right there. Go to transparent. All right. And also we want to change the color of the Kajun, or our baseline. We want to make this, I made it Indian red just to be a little different on this one. All right. So once you pick a color down here, it'll automatically populate up here, and pretty much is your previously used colors. So it's for easier access, so you don't have to scroll through all of these colors. You see they have a wide spectrum of colors, you know, in their little palette there. So since I used it before, we're gonna go ahead and use it again. Indian red, and we got that set up right there. Let's see if we changed anything else. I think that's all we did. And we're gonna go ahead and click apply, and okay, because that's all we need to change. So now we can see all of our stuff is there. All right. Now, one other thing that I want to point out before I continue with this, because I don't think I put it in here, the drawing. So I did use, and this is the reason why I stopped using NinjaTrader 8 and went to multi-charts, is because I like to use the volume profile. And the way that I don't like the way that it plots the volume profile. Like the NinjaTrader 8 actually has to be running and connected in order for it to plot the volume profile data. If it's not the way that I know how to do it, if there's another way to do it, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me, give me let me know how, if you know another way to do it, just go ahead and put that in the comment section below. But so the way that you put the volume profile in there is, it's an indicator. You can go back to our indicators, and we're going to go to volume profile. Okay. And then we're going to go to add. And now we can make changes over here. The way that I use this, I probably would make a change now, but normally I would just use it by default. I would just use the default settings. All right, so you can go through and you can change these settings if you want to, but when I use it, I only use the default settings. So go ahead and hit OK. Now, we're not going to see anything because the market actually has to be live when it's connected in order for us to get our volume profile information. So this is why I stopped using NinjaTrader 8 and went to multi-charts for just that simple fact alone. Everything else was just, was okay. All right. So, so let's run through the rest of this. So now we can see we got everything that we, we're in sync with our quick start guide. Let's see, what else did I do? All right, so next we're going to add the chart trader and adjust the right side margin so that the candlestick bars maintains the same space when we scroll right or as new bars form. All right, so you can see we have, when we scroll, that our bars, our candlesticks just go right into our price axis over here. So in order to give us some space, we're gonna make some changes in the properties right here. So we're gonna change the right side margin. So we're gonna go up to the chart properties, And then we're gonna look for our right side margin, and we got it at 8. So what I want to put it at 50, just to give myself plenty of space. And we want to, and this is another way to add in the chart trader, so you can add it right there. Let's see what else we gotta do. Seems like there was something else, but I don't see it on here. So all right, so go ahead and click apply and okay to that. So now it's looking, you know, the right way. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and scroll on down. So for these notes, I already mentioned all of this stuff in the first part of this video, so we're going to keep on going. All right, the next thing we're going to do is add one more indicator, which is the bar timer. All right, so in order to do that, we're going to go to indicators. This is another indicator. Okay, and we're going to scroll down. We're going to search for bar timer. We didn't have to scroll far. Going to go ahead and add, and we don't have to make any changes other than I just went ahead and turned off the price marker. I don't even know if it puts the price marker. Let me turn it on and see if we even have anything, see what that does. I just want to see what it does. Okay, and also we can adjust how the order that our indicators are under configured. The indicators that we're using, we can adjust the order of them all. So let's just say I want to move the bar timer indicator to the top. We just highlight it, make sure it's clicked and highlighted. Let me click off of it just to illustrate it. Boom. So now we got the bar timer selected, and I'm just going to keep clicking up until it gets to the top. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and click that right there. So yeah, I don't really know why that selection is there. All right, so the whole price marker thing is there. Maybe that'll be different when the market is live. So since this is the weekend, this is a Sunday that I'm recording this on, and we're not in a live market at this time, we get this message right here that shows us the bar timer is disabled since the current time is outside session time or chart end date. Okay, once the market is live, we'll have a timer based off of whatever time frame that we're on. Okay, so since this is a 5-minute chart, we'll have a 5-minute timer down here, and it'll tick lower every 5-minute intervals, so we can see how much time we have left in the current candle. Okay, all right, so what else we have? And then up here you can see the indicators that are on your chart, and at the top of this chart right here. So you see we got the bar timer, the Keltner channel, and some information about each of our indicators. Okay, all right, so let's keep on scrolling and see what else we got. All right, so for the last thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight the current price by coloring the background gold so that it's easier to see. All right, so we're going to color this. You see the current price right now is in black, so it can be kind of hard to see in a live market. So let's say you want to see you want to make that easier to see during your live trading. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to data series and see which one you can, and to see what these icons are, it's as well as anything else within NinjaTrader, all you got to do is hover over what it is, and it'll give you information about what it is. You see that? All right, so we're going to look for the data series. We're going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to look for the price marker and the color. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. There we go, we got price marker right there. Let's go ahead and open that up. And then the color, instead of black, we're going to choose gold. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and click OK. And now you can see that our current price is highlighted. Okay, so you can go through and you can customize this to your heart's content, however you want to make this chart look. You can do that in data series. You can do that in the chart properties, which is right here. You can just make all kind of changes in here, let this chart look however you want it to look. Let's say I don't want to use these hollow candlesticks anymore, and I just want to go back to the regular candlesticks. I just go right here under chart style, and then just pick the candlestick, or maybe I want to do the box, however I want to do it. We can just make whatever, you can make it look however you want to make it look. All right, so let's see what else we got. All right, so Okay, so just a couple more things to point out. All right, so the rest of this, all I do is go over what these different icons are and everything that I already mentioned in this video. All right, so and then we go over the rolling contract, or how to roll the contract month. Okay, so that's gonna, that's how I have that's my chart set up. This is, that pretty much answers the question or the comment that I got, on the other video from before. And I appreciate that comment, Steve R. So if you have any comments or any questions or anything you want, any topics that you want me to make a video on, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. You already know how to like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. That's for you. And I will see you on the next one. Trade it easy.